Hi everyone, welcome back to the Results Podcast. It's great to be here again sharing some more ideas for you. Now today I've got an opinion for you. I'm over at the Port Solent just outside of Portsmouth and enjoying a nice sunny day. Just had a meeting with a client and a potential client as well, so that's a good thing. So just been watching, like many of you will have, certainly in the UK, Boris Johnson's comments about COVID and what's going to happen. And obviously, you know, it's not great news, you know, going back into lockdown potentially, but, you know, I think he's doing his best to avoid that. So that's probably a step in the right direction for everybody. But the subject of my podcast today is, what are we going to do? What are we going to do in our small business as a result of that? And one thing I can tell you is what a lot of businesses are doing, I certainly believe, is absolutely the antithesis, the opposite, the absolute wrong thing to do. And that is to sit back, do nothing, and hope that the government get this sorted out, or the government and the NHS and whoever else is going to sort this out for us. Because, you know, no matter what happens, you know, if there's another recession, a depression, you know, I don't know, the world ends, you know, if anything bad happens in my business, or no, let's stay bigger than that. If anything happens bad in the economy, or you know, in this country or in the world, whatever happens, you know, I can only do my bit. I can't get rid of the coronavirus. I can't really impact that much on the UK or world economy. I do my little bit by trying my best to help small businesses to market themselves. But other than that, that's really my limitation, I suppose. But what I can do, I think, is just basically to tell people what I think that they need to do. And that is, they've got to get off their arse and really try their best to move their business forward. In other words, to continue marketing and selling their products and services. That's ultimately my advice. Now, you may say, well, you know, you would say that, Steve, you're a marketer, you know, you're a sales guy. And that is true, but I'm not saying it because of that. I'm saying it because that's what I believe. Now, if you looked at my business, what I've done since March, I've probably at least doubled the amount of marketing that goes out. I've doubled, if not tripled, the amount of social media posts. I've put a lot more effort into my website. I've spent a lot more money on paid advertising. I'm sending out emails, not quite every day now, but certainly 3 or 4 a week. I'm really maximizing. I'm trying to what I call 10x my marketing, do 10 times as much. And I don't expect that I'm going to get 10 times the result, because it's much, much tougher right now. And that's why you need to do the same. If you don't do this, then what's going to happen over a period of days, weeks, months, is your business is just going to disappear. It's going to fall off a cliff edge. Unless you're in the market where you sell, I don't know, hand sanitizer or one of those thriving industries right now, unless you're one of those and you're in an industry like, let's face it, most of us are, where times are tough and it's more difficult right now. It's more difficult, and so you need to try harder. That's my point. It's more difficult, so you need to do more. It's so difficult, so you've got to get better at what you're doing. And the only thing that's going to save your business and my business is one thing: that's enough sales coming into our business. Without enough sales, we're not going to have enough money. We're not going to have enough money to pay our staff, our rent, our suppliers, ourselves, and so on and so forth. So in my opinion, now is the time for you to stop moaning, stop whinging, stop waiting to see what's on the news. In fact, stop watching the news, because it'll just blooming well depress you. It certainly does me anyway. I totally refuse to watch it. And start taking action to grow your business. Now, I'm not suggesting you go and spend a fortune. This is all about testing different approaches, trying different things, getting your name, your company out there and your products and services out there in an abundant way. In other words, doing more than you have done before. Now, if you want to take the first step to doing that, then, just go and do it. Just go and do it on your own. However, if you'd like some help, what I'd suggest you do is you come along to my free, totally free, I'm not charging you for this, my free webinar. In it, I'm going to talk about how to improve your business results. That's ultimately what it's about. In these tough times, how to get more out of what you're already doing. That's really where I think marketing starts. If you're spending time, money and effort right now, how can you improve the results without spending more money, without doing anything else, without, trying something new? Let's just get what you've got working better. And that's how it starts. And then we look at, perhaps some of what I call the marketing without money strategies, like winning more business from referral, like doing a podcast like I'm doing right now, like doing a video on YouTube, and so on and so forth, which doesn't cost a fortune to do. In fact, it's just about free to do, other than the investment in some time. So if you want to come along to that, go to my website. You'll see a great big orange button right in the middle, right at the top. Click on that. That'll take you to a page where you can sign up to a free webinar. I'm running them at various times, various days, so there's no excuse. There's definitely one that you can find that you can fit in. It's about an hour, so, get yourself a piece of paper and a pen, make lots of notes, and put together an action plan based on that. Then step 2, again, totally free of charge, I want to do a one-to-one meeting with you. Right? And this is not about me trying to sell you into my training. This is about me providing you with some free advice in order to grow your business. That's ultimately what it's about. I will tell you, why am I doing all this? I'm doing it, number 1, to try and help you. But number 2, I'm hoping that by the end of that process, having listened to me for an hour on a webinar and had a one-to-one meeting, some of the people that do that will want to go forward with me and will want me to advise them further, and then I'll talk to you about how much that costs. But that's like, 5 minutes at the end, and not, what I'm trying to get at is this is not a sales meeting for me to sell to you. It's a meeting for me to advise you and to demonstrate to you what I think you can do to grow your business. And then if you want some more help, great. And if you don't, that's not a problem. There's going to be no hard sell, nothing at all. You just make up your own mind. Does that make sense? If it does, we can talk about how to move it forward. So if you want to do that, then go to stevemills.co. That's .co. Okay? Book on the webinar, big orange button, and we look forward to speaking to you again soon. Thanks very much for listening.